making this video. My man Jay called me the other day and he was like, yo bro, he's asking me about how many workouts, how many sets, how many reps he should do for a specific muscle. And, you know, off rip, I'm like, bro, just do, 5 sets of 16 or whatever I do, right? Like that's typically what I do. I usually stay in like a higher rep range because it works for me, right? But what I learned with myself and working with clients is that, everyone's different, right? Like everyone's different. Everyone got a different genetic. Everybody got a different way their muscles work. Everyone grows differently with different variables, nutrition mainly, and even a workout style, how many reps, the tempo, stuff like that, volume, stuff like that. And you got all these people, these coaches, I've talked to coaches myself, they have their own methods that work, and they have, they back it with science and shit like that, and I fuck with it. But in a way, it's like, I believe, well, at least for me, I can only talk for myself, like these methods only work for them. You know what I'm saying? Like what works for me might not work for you. So you got to figure out what's going to work for you. And the only way to do that, I call it trial and error, right? So if I get a client, I'm always like, all right, we're going to try this for a month. If it works, we're going to keep going, right? Rinse and repeat. If it don't work, then we got to try something else. If that don't work, we got to try something else. And you got to be willing to try, right? It's about time. Like time is the biggest thing when it comes to this shit, because honestly, you might go through some shit and you might figure out that, eating dairy don't work, eating gluten don't work, or it does work. You feel me? So it's like, you got to figure out what works for you. And then once you do, you just dog that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You just dog that. Like, you dog that nigga. Like you just keep doing it every day. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And like I'm saying, like even down to a little bit shit. Like some people don't like to like have sex before they work out, like no fap. Or some people fap, some people fuck before they work out. It's like the littlest things, like smoking weed. Like it's anything, bro. You got to figure out what works for you. Like I know some guys that smoke weed before they go in the gym, or they're vaping in the gym. Not vaping, but like taking the little pins in the gym, and that shit works. They get a pump, they get focused. So it's like, you got to figure out what works for you. But the only way you're gonna do that is through devotion and dedication. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to dedicate to it. You can't just like look at someone online and be like, oh, that's gonna work for me, because it's not. You can't lie to yourself. You got to be truthful. If you ain't getting a crazy ass pump, if you ain't looking crazy when you take off your shirt, look in the mirror, that shit ain't working. So figure out what does. You know what I'm saying? Like if you eat something, and I was talking to my roommate, like he said he eats dairy, when he does, he starts itching. That means you intolerant to it. You gotta be cognizant, you gotta be aware, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware of it. Because if you're aware of it, then you can fix it. No, then you figure out what works for you. If you eat some shit and you feel good, oh, that works for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if you fucking and you hitting and it's a position that you like, you gonna keep doing it. If it don't feel good, you ain't gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like bodybuilding's life. Life is bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Like, so just take a different outlook. You know what I mean? Like, become very aware to you, who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, to your genetics, to you. Like, stop looking at all these other people. You could look at them for inspiration and all that bullshit, but it's like, what worked for them might not work for you. But look at what they do, because it might work for you. Look at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because your favorite idol, this is The Rock, you know what I'm saying, Simeon Panda does this shit, don't mean it's gonna work for you. You know what I mean? Like, well, work, man, I do some weird shit. You know what I mean? I eat weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I could read you a list about what I do that's weird, but it works for me. So all I do is I figured out what worked for me, and I just dog that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just dog that motherfucker. I just do it every day, and eventually it's about stacking the wins. It's about winning the day, winning one day, and then winning the next day, and then winning the next day, and winning the next day. And if you do that, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine where you're gonna be in 6 months, even 3 months. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. If you won every day, obviously you're not gonna win every day, but if you win more days than you lose, and you stack that shit for a year, for 2 years, look at you, bro. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta resort to other things. You know what I'm saying? You do the right shit for you for a long amount of time. But first you gotta figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the hardest part, is figuring out what works. Once you figure out what works, now we just rinse and repeat. That's when it gets fun. That's when you fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying? That's when it becomes addicting. And once you become addicted to it, the results gonna come. But it's figuring out the recipe. It's figuring out your recipe. Whoever you are watching this video, girl or boy, whatever, it's figuring out your recipe and just dogging that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, I'm curious. You can ask me about, what my recipe is. I'll give it to you. But like I said, it's like, you got to figure out your own. You know what I mean? Mix and match. Like, feel me? So yeah. All right.